Currently, whatever you are seeing, this model, whatever you are seeing, it is a simple turbo machine. It can be turbine also, it can be compressor also, but there are some mathematical terms involved. So to understand those mathematical terms, first of all we have to understand component of the velocity. So for that I have taken flow will enter into the entrance. Now when the flow enters, either flow will help this rotor part to rotate, or after the flow will enter, then it will rotate because of rotor is rotating by some external work. Okay, there are two possibilities only. Either flow will rotate the rotor blades, or rotor blades are rotating by turbine and because of that flow will rotate. Guys, understand one example. You know the snake, when a snake travels, it travels like this, correct? When a snake travels, it travels like this. So if you target the any body part, suppose I am targeting this body part, so this body part will go in this direction also and it will go in this direction also at a time, correct? So in the body of a snake, this part is having two types of motion at a time. It is going front also or in this direction also, correct? In same way, when the flow will enter, then flow will be having a 3D motion like this. Flow will be having a 3D motion like this. So it means what? The flow will run radially also, it will go inside, so axially also, and flow will try to turn the rotor blade, or in the influence of rotor blade, flow will turn. It depends turbine or compressor. I just mean to say that all the three components of velocity will come. Okay. Now, as you can see, C1 will be having three components: CA1, CR1, CT1. That is axial component, radial component, and tangential component. In same way, your C2 will also be having three components. That also, you just copy below C1. Your C2 will also be having three components: CA2, and then CR2, and then CT2. Same name, but this is at the exit. Okay, and these people are at the inlet. Okay, so now see, under what condition this device will behave like a turbine, and under what condition this device will behave like a compressor. So for that purpose, we have to understand there is something called Euler's equation. In the Euler equation, there will be a final term. That term will decide whether this is turbine or this is compressor. Okay, I am changing the page, and first of all we will understand some mathematical small terms. After understanding those mathematical terms only, you can understand the development of the equation. Okay, I am changing the page. Just copy down this part and substitute 2 to 2 here, CA2, CR2 and CT2. And also draw this diagram. Don't forget to draw this diagram. Radially how the flow will go, and tangentially how the flow will go, and of course axially flow will go directly inside. Okay, I will change the page now. Let's understand the mathematical part. Now see, just imagine who is responsible. I will explain that. That is what, don't worry, I will explain everything. Okay, see now, if I will say that a rotor is rotating. So if the rotor is rotating, then the flow will rotate. If rotor is rotating, then the flow will also rotate. Now see, which component is responsible for that? Tangential component is responsible for that. Now you tell me, if I will multiply mass flow rate into the tangential component, this new quantity will represent what? This, very good. This new quantity will represent momentum. Who said this? No. You have done one small mistake. This new quantity will not give you momentum. Try to understand. mass into velocity gives momentum, but if you divide by time, then rate of change of momentum, it is kind of rate of change of momentum, right? It is similar to the unit of force. So actually it is a kind of force. Okay, you can say rate of momentum. If you want to say that, you can say rate of momentum. So you just write the equation. You just write rate of momentum. Everyone take down. Rate of momentum at inlet is equal to m dot ct1, and rate of momentum at exit, it is what? M dot ct2, right? Okay, now you understand. You know, if you will multiply force with the radius, then what do we achieve? Can anyone guess? Very good, we achieve torque. Okay, so now I will erase this. So now in the next line, you just simply write moment of rate of momentum. This part is already clear. Now whenever you multiply with the length, we get moment. So it is nothing but at the inlet, if you are finding out at inlet, that is nothing but m dot ct1 is already there, multiply with r1. In same way you find out moment of rate of momentum at exit. Guys, right now we are doing basics of turbo machine. We have not started AFC yet. We are about to start AFC after development of this basic idea. Now that is nothing but m dot ct2 r2. Now you understand one very basic logic. This is also kind of torque, this is also kind of torque. So if I want to find out power, you remember in our basic physics, our power is either force into velocity. This is in case of linear term, but torque, write properly, but torque into angular velocity. This is your angular power. Okay, this is your linear power, this is your angular power. Like in case of fan, whenever things are rotating, we go for this kind of idea. So you can see your power is being transferred, right, from inlet to exit. So there you can directly write power, like how much power is being transferred, or you can say how much power is involved. For that case, I will erase the first line. You just simply write the power. So that is nothing but how much difference we are getting. So you can write power is equal to, very simple, m dot r2 ct2 minus m dot r1 ct1. Now this entire part you multiply with angular velocity omega. Now I am using only one angular velocity. Why? Because inlet and exit, they both are mounted on same shaft. So shaft will rotate with only one angular velocity, either inlet or exit, right? So that's why I have multiplied only omega. It's not like omega 1, omega 2. You can also see that I am not writing m1, m2 because mass flow rate is also constant, right? Okay. Now this, whatever you have achieved, this will give you very basic idea. And also remember, whenever one very basic formula in physics, V is equal to R omega. It means what? when you multiply your angular velocity with the radius, you will be getting linear velocity. Okay, so you can see here omega, if you will send inside and multiply with this r1 and this r2, then that you can replace with u1 u2. Okay, so you can replace your formula of the power in terms of u1 u2, which will look like this. M dot, I can take common, bracket u2 ct2 minus u1 ct1. Now you can see this power is coming, mass flow rate is coming here. It means it is the total power. That mass flow rate you can send left side, then you will be having a specific power. Okay, I will erase this part and then I will send this part left side, right side. Okay, so you can just write specific power is equal to whatever power we have achieved, that divided by mass flow rate. So we will be landing like this, u2 ct2 minus u1 ct1. Now you understand one logic. I hope everyone is getting. We are not doing AFC yet. We are just doing the basics of turbo machine, then we'll jump to AFC. Okay, now see, this part will decide your machine is compressor or turbine. Your turbo machine is compressor or turbine. But how? Like this. You understand, in compressor you supply the power, correct? In compressor you supply the power, so at the exit of the device you will be having more power. It means what? This term is going to be positive. But in case of turbine, you extract the power, so at the exit of turbine power will be less, so in that case this term will be negative. So for that you write, if your u2 ct2 is greater than minus u1 ct1 is greater than 0, or you can say 0, it's fine. It's like you can say if this part is positive, or you can say positive, then it is a compressor. Then m dot is here, na? I can do that, but because we don't deal with the mass itself, we like every second we have mass entering, right? That's why we deal here mass flow rate, because we don't have we don't have the closed system, right? In closed system only we deal with mass. In open system we deal with mass flow rate. Okay, good doubt. Now you can see, then device is compressor, and if u2 ct2 minus u1 ct1 is less than 0, or you can say in another word, that is u2 ct2 is less than u1 ct1, then device is not compressor, then it is turbine. Everyone take down proper notes. Let me know if any word is not clear in the screen. Okay, so because we are going to start, that is I dot E dot. Now because we are about to start compressor, okay, I will explain.